think we're live. Okay, so let's see. Can I get it up on my computer here? So I'll start a live video. Oop. Just talking with yourselves for a second before I get started. I've never done this before, so this is a brand new experiment for me. So we'll see how it all plays out. How are we doing with you? Looks like we're in. Double check everything's working fine. Hello Pete, you're in. Thank you. We've got 3 people so far. 3 people. Okay, so better sort of start this then. Welcome to Facebook Live from my living room. This is a massive experiment. I've never done a live video before. I've never done like a gig to just a camera. It's actually just my phone. I don't really know if there's much feedback from there, but I can see the chat, so I will be checking the chat every now and then just to make sure everything's all right in between poems. I'll try and interact as much as I can, see what I can do. So tonight's going to be an interesting one because obviously we're all inside, we're all stuck indoors. So I thought I'd bring what I was going to be doing live on stage to you at a safe distance. I do live in shared house, so you might hear some noises, but there's no one else in this room, it's just me, so that 2 meters is pretty far for me. So yeah, I thought I'd do that. Obviously, with the situation going on, there's a good chance we could talk about what's going on, but I'm going to try and not talk about it tonight. Not because it isn't important, it is incredibly important, but I think what is more important right now for our own mental well-being is just to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of entertainment. So without further ado, I think I'll just get on with it and start it, and then hopefully you'll enjoy this. If this goes really well, we'll try something else. I do have an idea of maybe doing a live stream where we all write a poem together, everyone watching. That could be disastrous, but I've been inside, don't I? So we don't know how that's all going to work out, but I'd appreciate everyone for coming out tonight. I say coming out, staying in, stay in. I appreciate you staying in, that's most important. Anyway, let's do what I do. The hand of hope was held towards mankind, and within its hand held nothing more than love, prosperity, wealth, and salvation. And mankind, with its fetid claw, pushed that hand away, and with that same fetid claw caressed the face of God, and then spat in God's eye. And God, with all its infinite wisdom, held its hand above the flame of life, ready to extinguish that flame, to be seen no more upon this stage. Nothing but darkness. Mankind is nothing more than a newborn baby crying into an ever-indifferent sky. Which, upon reflection, was the worst Tinder bio I ever wrote. So there's a joke, and God knows how that's going to go through. Just realised partway through, probably not appropriate. This is going to be safe for prosperity anyway. We'll see how that ages. But anyway, we'll keep going, that's just a joke. So this is a poem that I like. I really enjoyed performing this one. It's called Sold Out, and it's my favourite poem that I've ever done. Are we okay here on the chat? Are we still live? Still okay? It seems that my feed's gone down. No, that's still working. 21 people! Bloody hell, I don't think I know people. Okay, so this is Sold Out. I feel like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight. I just don't feel right. And I know I'm feeling weaker when I really should be stronger, but I'm not powered by Duracell battery. That's the battery that lasts longer. You see, there's a saying, you should take the smooth with the rough, but I'm not the Milky Bar kid. He's strong and tough, and only the best is good enough. The creamiest milk, the whitest bar, the good taste of Nestle, Milky Bar. Maybe I should man up, grab a Snickers, get some nuts, but my heart feels broken, like a Yorkie bar dropped to the ground that's not well sold to girls. You see, a relationship that slowly fades and dies over time, I'm simply shaken back to... No, I feel like Oh God, no. And I don't know what to do, you're only getting ooh with typhoon. So I'm planting my seeds of hopes into lives and hoping those beans of hope to flourish. Remember, beans means Heinz. My friend is saying, Anne, you're going too fast, you're trying too hard. There's always alternatives. And they're right. Because for everything else, there's MasterCard. And it's all because the lady loves milk tray. But not me. Maybe I should just take a break. Have a Kit Kat. But oh! 2! We are back together. That I believe I have known certain T-Mobile. Life is for sharing, but she had the most beautiful eyes I'd ever seen. Maybe she was born with them. Maybe it was Maybelline. And I wanted those eyes to fall upon me so me and I could just restart this, but I feel like I'm missing something. That Max Factor, the makeup of makeup artists. And I wish I could say my name was Ron Seal. Exactly what it says in the tin, or John Smith's. No nonsense, but I can't do any of that because my brain's smashed. If ever from mash, eat, smash. But she was so good like Cravendale milk, even the cows want it back. But if you saw her, you'd say she had this kind of Kiora, which is too orangey for crows, as everybody knows. When you see her out and about, her beauty hits you like Clavonia. Cough medicine with clout. She had the most beautifully built body that I'd ever seen. She also did sort of have the temperament of a queen, and she'd only eat nothing but the most healthy prepared cuisine. I suppose in many ways you could say she was my lean, mean, fat-reducing grilling machine, but I don't have that. I'm now my own. And let me tell you, no more today helps you work, rest and play, and happiness is not a cigar called Hamlet. And even though Heineken refreshes the past, or the beers cannot reach the answers, are not at the bottom of the bottle. You have to get up each day and go to work on an egg. Take each day and night and just do it. And try to forget holding your hands that feel the soft as your face is mild, green, fairy liquid. And I'd flake apart in a complete, like only the flakiest chocolate would ever flake away before. And now I need to pick up myself like pick up a penguin, because I know that I've been tangoed. I feel like Aldi. Like brands, but only cheaper. And I remain upset and cry evidently, but at least I can wipe my tears using one sheet. That does plenty. And I'll try and reinvent myself, and I'll do it by the book, and try and give myself that London look, because the future's bright, the future's orange, but it's not Terry's, it's mine. And I shall try and live like Tesco's and live well for less. No, that's not Sainsbury's. And live well for less. And everyone that I know and everyone that I love will be my Tesco's, because every little helps. And I will explain myself. I will explain myself like I always do. Oral B, the number one recommended by dentists. I shall do all this, but I'll never fully forget that she was my Gillette, the best a man can get. For a while, she was my everything, and for a while, she was my one. But maybe, just maybe, I need to accept that she's washing machines last longer with Cal gone. Thank you. I'm going to imagine you've got that. I'm going to imagine you've got clapping going on. So, yeah, cheers. Thanks very much for the applause. Great, I'm enjoying that. Cheers. And you probably can't read that. But if you are applauding, just do me a favour. Do it louder, yeah? Do it louder for your screens that I can't hear. Well, thank you very much. That's the first one. There's only another 3 or so, so you're all right. What I want you to do, if you can, let's get a bit of interaction going here in the chat. Let's see. Can everyone talk about their favourite brands that they like? Because that's a load of brand puns, really. Put them in. Let me know what they are, and let's go from there. Now, the next poem is one that I really like to perform, but I've decided to do it a little bit differently tonight. It's dad jokes. Now, hopefully everyone here, let's have a look at the chat. Does everyone like dad jokes? Just let me know. Put it in the chat if you like dad jokes, as many as you can. And now I want you to share those dad jokes too. While the poem's on, after the poem, share them. I want your cringiest, awfulest dad jokes. They're going to make us laugh, that's the idea. For example, what's one I heard the other day that I really liked? Oh yeah, conjunctivitis.com. Now there's a site for sore eyes. I absolutely love that one. I think that's brilliant. But if you could share as many as you can within the chat with each other, let's try and raise it. Let's try and raise how we're all doing. Let's try and feel a little bit better about everything that's going on by making each other laugh at cringy shit. And if you think what I'm doing tonight's cringy, you're entitled to that opinion. But if it makes you laugh, hey, I've tried to make a little bit of a difference at the moment while we're all stuck inside. But to do this next poem, I am going to have to go off camera for a brief moment. I'll be right back, but I think it'll be worth it. Just bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves in the chat. Bloody hell, this is a terrible idea. When I thought this up, right. Alright, time for some dad jokes, alright. This is a whoopee cushion. Doesn't make any noise when you touch it, but here's it's my little child called a whoopee. There you go, that's your fart noise of the night. So anyway, okay, keep sharing these jokes with each other. Just put them out there as much as you can. Obviously, in a live setting, I would be like, you shut up, I can't hear myself think. But this is the internet, so it's totally fine. So, okay. These are some dad jokes. Loved and hated by millions, apparently invented by blokes. This is just a load of dad jokes. Did you hear what happened at the local zoo? They had too many penguins and they didn't know what to do. So they rounded them all up and threw them into a lion's feeding trough. The frenzy went on for hours because they couldn't get their wrappers off. Loved and hated by millions, apparently invented by blokes. This is just a load of dad jokes. Two dogs go out drinking, all sorts of alcoholic stuff. They wake up the next day and one looks at the other and says, how do you feel? The other replies, rough. I like that one. A cheese factory exploded in France. There was nothing left but debris. I threw my boomerang away. Why did I need it? And then it hit me. I went to a restaurant on the moon. Great food, great beer. But I didn't stay though because it had no atmosphere. Then I went to a wedding. It was so beautiful. Even the cake was in tears. I got let go of my dream job the other day as a human cannonball. I was fired. Why couldn't the bike stand up on its own? It was too tired. A horse walks into a bar and the owner asks, why the long face? The horse replies that he just tried to sue an airline company after he lost his luggage, but sadly he lost his case. I threw out all my spices, it was a complete waste of time. Invited the mushroom to my party, well he seemed like a fun guy. I'm only friends with 25 letters of the alphabet, I don't know why. When I saw I had grey hairs in my beard, I thought I was going to die. Them a different colour. I didn't see that one coming. Look, if you think that's a cheap shot at the expense of getting old, I work in a paper factory. I have a boring job where my responsibilities are twofold. I wrote one calendar from a calendar shop. Wasn't one of my cleverest stunts. I got arrested, thrown in jail. I only got away with 12 months. Police had trouble at the local nursery. A 2-year-old was resisting arrest. A serial killer pirate was mistaken for a surgeon. They only found out when he dug up a chest. They brought in an investigator. Yeah, it was an alligator in a vest. I thought I'd let you finish that one. Look, dad jokes aren't easy, and I am trying my best. I wrote a song about a tortilla. Well, actually, it was more of a rap. Got asked to put the cat out. I had no idea someone set fire to the cat. Loved and hated by millions. Apparently invented by blokes. This was just a load of dad jokes. Now, I know these jokes were awful. But in the circumstances, I thought they were quite shareable. They were all printed out here on paper. So I'm sorry, everyone. They were terrible. Thank you. Keep sharing them in the comments. The next poem about space, it just takes a minute for me to set it up. So, you know, keep going with that. The applause, if you've got any. If you've got any at all, you know, keep it going louder. So that's great. Thank you so much. Right. It's going to take me a minute just to sort this mess. Just bear with me. One sec. How are we doing in the chat? Everyone okay? Hope everyone's fine. Hope everyone's enjoying this. If you are enjoying this, please let me know. It'd be wonderful to let me know. Hello, Colette. Hello, Aman. Hello, Chris. Pete. Hello, George Matthew. Hello, Maddie Hughes. Hello, Sam Davis. Hello, Fabian. Hello, Ben. Hello, Lindsay. Hello, Gary. Hello, Buzz. So many people joining. This is amazing. I didn't think I'd get this many people at all. Okay, so let's do this one. Where's my jacket gone? It's very ad hoc, I'm afraid. I have no idea essentially what I'm doing. But, hey, we're all stuck indoors. Might as well do something with my time. Hey, finally got my umbrella out. I was supposed to do it outside, but we're not allowed outside anymore. So I thought I'd do it inside instead. This is a poem about space. Now, the reason I'm going to do this one, and the reason it's about space, is because I absolutely love and adore space. This is a children's poem. This is a children's poem, essentially. But say, for example, right now, obviously I said I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about the situation in a sense. Say it's all right now, for example. We're all indoors. We're all probably bored out of our minds, or a lot of us might be worried about what's going on, this, that and the other. We should be looking at things that we love and enjoy. To somewhat maybe take our minds off it, or maybe, I don't know, just pass the time if needs be. And I think that's super important. And I think we shouldn't be afraid of things that we love and things that we enjoy. I think by neglecting those things and by pushing them away, you're only making yourself sad for no reason. So, like, if you're nerdy, be nerdy. If you like, books about birds, enjoy books about birds. As long as it's not harming anyone and it's what you like, you have every right to have those things and every right to enjoy them. For example, I enjoy space. I enjoy space a lot. So I wrote about it, and it goes like this. I want to talk about something that I love, that can be found at night, way up above, a place that I would describe as ace. That place is space. Because to me, space is ace. It's a never-ending expanse full of planets of stars, full of Star Wars, Star Treks, Luke Skywalkers and Captain Picards. It's a place where we live, although we only appear very small. Compared to the rest of the universe, we are lonely, but allow me to assure you, we are not lonely at all. From a tiny, unimaginable point, this all began and exploded into a expanse of planets, stars and suns. It was a violent cacophony of explosions, but of also rebirth, and where we, the human race, found our home, our planet Earth. This tiny rock, in comparison to the rest, where all the stars, molecules and light beams from the beginning have come to rest, is our home, full of seas, sands and lands, and where our race, our human race, makes its stand. When you think about the scale of the universe, it's easy to feel like we're all alone, that there's no life of an inhabitable zone. That may be depressing to some, but not to me, because if you think about it, if all this is true, then how amazing is it that we came to be? We came from what we call the primordial soup. From bacteria, amoeba-like creatures in ponds, where over time these cells started to form stronger bonds, and the face of our planet changed, we changed with it too, and became creatures in the seas. Then we left the safety of the water onto land and became what we now call chimpanzees. We continued to evolve opposable thumbs, the ability to walk upright, keen cognitive thought and reasoning, learn about the day and the night. We created civilizations, we ruled the day. But I would say, we have got a little bit lost on that path some way. For all this to happen, it took billions of years of happy accidents. The universe turned its gears, and it's not over yet. It continues to move on. If the universe was a clock, and you wanted to gauge how long we had been around since it had begun, well, if we did it in minutes, we haven't even been around for one. But why are we here? What is the point? Well, that is a little bit difficult to pinpoint, but I have a theory. We are primarily carbon-based life forms, the same element that can be found in abundance in galaxies and massive solar storms. We are made of the same elements the universe is made from, the same stuff you see in the night above. See, I agree with the scientist Carl Sagan myself when he said, "We are a way for the cosmos to know itself." And he backed himself up, if that wasn't enough, when he said, "We are made of star stuff. We are the universe incarnate. We embody the stars, from the study of space and all its guards, from black holes to supernovas to other galaxies further away. We see them from our small part of the universe where, for now, we stay. We have unlocked many, many mysteries of the universe, and there's still many to unravel, like what is dark matter and can we ever achieve light travel? We have achieved this much in a small amount of time, these vast concepts that boggle the mind. We are capable of so much of understanding and of truth, and thus, like space, there is no roof. From bacteria in a pond to the human race, we all here are the universe itself. And to me, Well, I think that's why space is pretty ace. Thank you. There's that one. Okay. Let's get back into a bit of normality here. Okay. So what I want in the chat, if we can, just for now, because I'm on the last one already, I can't believe it. What I would like from the chat, if I can, is people to just talk about things that they love. What do people love? I want to know things. I want to know what you love. I want you to share with strangers here. Because I know that a lot of people here I'm touching my face a lot, but my hands are washed and I have been in the house all day. Haven't touched that Corona. Although I am going to have a beer after this. So I want everyone in the chat to talk to each other, tell each other things that you love, find a connection with someone else there. If you love something and they love something, talk about it. If they love something and you don't love what they love, but you want to know about it, talk about it. That's what we need to do now. We have this vast network, the internet, and the internet has made us feel further apart than we've ever felt in our entire lives. And that's why people get sad all the time, I think, because for me, for example, I have to talk to my friends through the computer quite a bit because I don't live near them, which at the moment is quite a good thing. Because if you think about it, at the moment, we're having to use this technology. I'm talking to all you now, right? I might not know all of you, but I'm talking to you now through this technology, through my phone, through my computer. But I'm not with you. And that's keeping you safe right now. It's keeping my family safe. And I'd rather do this now, like this, and miss you, than come to see you and miss you forever. I'd rather miss you for 3 weeks, a month, a year, than miss you forever. You're too important. And everyone here is too important to each other for that as well. So, in that spirit, talk to each other, get more networks, get more friends, even if they are digital, just for now, and then we'll talk about meeting up later. That's important. I think that's a beautiful thing that we can do. And on the subject of mental health and well-being at this time, because your physical health, to me, is just as important as your mental health. I think the two are very much intertwined, and I think a lot of people need to remember that mental health is a big issue. I have my own experience of it, as other people do, and I wrote this poem. It's called There Is a Place Beyond the Trees, and I think that's going to help us right now to think that there is a place beyond this. Where we are right now is a difficult spot. We are in the brambles, weeds and vines that bind that I'm about to talk about, but we will get through as long as we stick together and realise that there is a place beyond these trees. So I'm just going to do that for you, Bill. There is a place beyond the trees, and it is beautiful. But in order to get there to the trees, you must first go through the brambles and the weeds and vines that bind. And these vines, they will wrap around, they're firmly rooted in the ground, and they will do nothing but grab you, pull you back, and slow you down. And they will tie around your legs, they will tie around your legs, they will tie around your arms, and they will continue to be binding. And carrying that weight with you will be quite tiring, but you will get on through. I know this, even if I don't know you. Because there is a place beyond the trees, and it is beautiful. However, you may not see that on your journey. You may feel tired, you may feel weak, you may feel flawed, but that's only because your vision is obscured by these brambles, weeds and vines that bind. And you need to clear them before you can clear your mind, and you will do this, but only at your own pace. Everyone's journey is different, and this isn't a race, and there is no prize for first place. But there is a place beyond the trees, and it is beautiful. But part of your journey may demand that to remove the brambles, weeds and vines that bind, you need to use your hands, because you have lost all your tools that you used to get on through. But I will argue to the death that is worth it, if it is to get back to you. These brambles, weeds and vines, they were sad, they would peel, but that is part of the ordeal. Always remember that your hands will heal. You may have scars, but see them as mementos when life got hard, but you got on through. You know there is a place beyond the trees, and it is beautiful. And one day you will burst on through. You will get through the brambles, weeds and vines that bind, and you will be tired. You will be exhausted. You'll be battered, and you'll be bruised, and your hands may bleed. But then you'll look forward, and you'll see nothing but trees. And then you'll realise that the rest of your journey is going to be a breeze, and everything you've learned and everything that you've taken will help you through the trees. Because there is a place beyond the trees, and it is beautiful. And the reason it is beautiful is because you are there. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. If this has gone well, I will happily do another one. If you guys would like that, I would happily do it. It's been great for me to be able to just perform. I love performing. It's just what I do. But yeah, thank you so much. In the future, I would like to maybe do a group poem where we all write something. But in the meantime, please keep continuing in the chat. Keep talking. I don't mind if I get a lot of different notifications for the next few days of just you guys talking to each other here. I'm no social. I might not be a social movement or anything like that. There might not be a hashtag, but a conversation started here. Keep it going and keep safe. Wash your hands and remember to just love each other. Love is the answer. Thank you so much. Good night. How the hell do I turn this off?